Snot, $not, uh, dropping. I guess this is his third studio album technically, but he's had some other projects. Been around since about 2016. Probably know him from Gasha. A couple. What was that? 2 years back? 3 years back now?
Yeah, the first album.
Um, so he's been around for a little bit. This is the first time I remember like really digging into a full album of his on
Yeah.
Ethereal. And I gotta say, it was a bit of a mixed bag for me. There's some stuff on here that I think really, really works. And then there's some moments that I just kind of was left scratching my head a bit. How did you feel listening to Ethereal?
Yeah, so coming in, this is the first time he's actually released something since I've been aware of him. The last two albums are both in 2020, and two songs off the second 2020 album, Beautiful Havoc. Two songs off that I really, really like Me with Ian Dior and Mean with Flo Milli. And both those songs, I think, have like the textbook appeal of Snot on them, which is just a fucking catchy ass rap flow. Like he just finds a way to, I think, hit with these like kind of bangers, but still mixing in some like melodic stuff. But man, I feel like some of his flows are just like super, super fun. Was really interesting to compare to some of his bigger songs, like you said, Gosha or Moon and Stars. He's definitely dabbled in the softer stuff as well. So coming into Ethereal, you listen to this and you get kind of all that stuff going on. It shows his versatility, shows his willingness to throw some darts, but inevitably it's going to be up and down. So there were some songs in this I really enjoyed, and then there was some stuff that I, you know, did not care for at all. Um, but he's definitely an artist I'm paying attention to because I think just when he's sticking to the rapping, I think it's really fun.
Yeah, I agree. I think the songs I enjoyed more were the heavier songs, and we'll get to that in a second. But I think the reason I agree with you that he's an artist to watch is he definitely has a vision, and I think some of the stuff that we hear on this and some of the sound that he's trying it to like pull through as a through line on Ethereal, um, is really admirable. You know, because it starts off with "My World" intro, which is like this like trancy looping kind of intro track. Not there's not really like I think much to talk about there, but it just kind of like lulls you in, and then immediately Doja starts. And Doja is just absolute heat, and I just was like, "Holy shit!" This guy with ASAP Rocky, just like ASAP comes in in like the coolest way ever. Just kind of like somehow like it's like he almost like floated out of the beat when the way he
Yeah,
drops in. It's
good mixing.
incredible. The whole song I thought was absolutely great. But then the next track, Blue Moon with Teddy Jones, is kind of what I didn't like about the album is when he goes softer, when he tones it down more, I'm just not as interested in the
Yeah,
music. But although I gotta say, Teddy Jones sounded really good on that. But
yeah.
uh, yeah, I think that's like almost the epitome of like the album for me. Those first three tracks, like when it's a song like Doja, I'm all in. When it's a song like Blue
Hmm.
Moon, I was like,
Yeah,
let's just get to the next one.
totally. Yeah, I mean, Doja just kind of reminiscent for the sound of Florida SoundCloud rap. Snot grew up in
West Palm.
Florida and blew up on SoundCloud. You don't really talk about SoundCloud rap anymore. It's largely fizzled out, but that is exactly what you associate SoundCloud rap with, is that kind of song. Doja Cat did tweet in a way that suggests that he did not actually fuck Doja Cat. Nevertheless, I like the song. I also really like the song after Blue Moon, Go, because he switches back up
Yep.
into dropping another hard song. I think the hook itself is kind of weak, but the flow kind of reminded me of Ski Mask the Slump God. Actually, I thought that was pretty fun,
Mm.
and some of the wordplay on that I enjoyed quite a bit. References to Mrs. Frizzle and Malcolm in the Middle and
Yeah.
whatnot. I appreciated that.
No, I completely agree. I thought Go stood out as well. Benzo was another
Yep.
track where I loved that beat and he just rides that so well. And there were I guess two moments where I thought like a more toned down song sounded good. The first one was I with Kevin Abstract.
Mm,
I did enjoy that. I feel like him and Kevin have a nice back and forth on that. And then a
yep.
couple songs later, Halle Berry with Juicy J. I mean, Juicy J just sounds great. He just sounds like himself,
Does
you know, talking very explicit sexual stuff and it works. So Those are like the two toned down tracks for me. But any others that you liked or you want to shout out?
Yeah, I actually thought Trippy Red wasn't bad on alone. Probably a little better than Snot on that though. Um, like I know he can do the softer stuff because he's done it better, but I just don't think he like really does it as well as he's done it before on Ethereal. So yeah, largely those songs kind of fade away. Uh, I wanted more from the Joey Badass feature, just given how rare those are. Didn't think it was anything special. Um, but yeah, I had mentioned Snot last year for XXL. I thought he was a surefire pick. They didn't pick him, kind of surprisingly. Maybe they'll pick him now. Not sure, but I think he's pretty interesting. I mean, his whole like aesthetic too, with always having like a hoodie with the drawstrings pulled and
Yeah,
all his visuals and stuff. Like, I think there's just a lot of personality here that I'm invested in. So I'm into it.
totally agree. Check out Ethereal from Snot.